Scottish Premiership returns this weekend with Celtic looking to make it back-to-back titles, but standing in the way is Gio's boys, that's right, Rangers, and of course can even Hearts, Hibs or even Aberdeen cause some stinkers this coming season. We're going to take a look at it, all of it, starting right here with match number 1. Right, folks, Pat was going with a prediction video today. We're taking a look at the brand new start of the season, of course, over in Scotland. Who's going to kick off with an absolute stinker? Match day number 1 is just around the corner. And of course, we're going to predict each and every one of the games starting right here. Of course, if you're new to the channel, where you been? Smash your subscribe and bang up today. All things Scottish Premiership related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski. That's right, of course, Celtic looking to make it 2 titles out of 2. With, of course, Ange Postecoglou at the helm. But, of course, Gio is back, fresh from his Europa final last season. Can he go a little bit better this time around? With, of course, the focusing back on the Scottish title. Take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the Patreons, guys. But anyway, let's get into it, of course, and have a little look at what we're talking about. We're talking about this. It's the Cinch Premiership, boys and girls. And, of course, this is how it all ended last season. Of course, with Celtic coming out on top, with Rangers not too far behind in second spot. Hearts, of course, made up the numbers in third, with Dundee United, Motherwell and 6th place Ross County complete the top half of the table. Of course, going down was Dundee. St Johnstone played a little bit tight to their chest, but of course we'll stick around for another season. Aberdeen had a bit of a shit show. St Mirren, Hibs, and then Livingston in the middle of the pack. That's of course the state of play there. What about the state of play in our own league? That's right, of course, our mini league. What was coming at you right here, right now. These are the predictors and winners for the last week of the season. Daddy Cool and Iman Hussein coming out on top bins there with, of course, 5 out of 6. So not too shabby for those guys. What did that do to, of course, the mini league from January onwards? Actually gave Shane O'Donnell a bumper lead, of course, ultimately winning it in the second half of the campaign. 61 points, of course, 3 points clear of Deepak. They're great. But that means absolutely zilch right here, right now. What you really want to know is who actually won the predictions league, of course, of Scotland. Well, I'm going to tell you right here, right now. The winner, of course, we have a double winner here. We have double winner. It's Shane O'Donnell, it's Deepak the Great. They're both on 117 points. I am not going to give out 2 winners. No way, no how. So what we're going to do on that one, we are going to scribble their names down and we're going to have a little toss-up between these two sides in a second. So, but if something funky happens in a second with, of course, the Predictor of the Month award, if one of those two wins it, the other one will win this. So that's how it's all going to pan out. So we're going to do that right here, right now. So let's have a little look then, shall we? Of course, so we'll come back to this. It is Shane O'Donnell and it is Deepak the Great, who, of course, are the winners. But who's going to be the actual winner of the Predictor of the Month? So let's get into that then, shall we? This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what I'm talking about. In fact, I probably need to go back and show you what I'm talking about. I'm actually going to show you the winners of the Predictor of the Month awards. Of course, these were the winners right here, right now. Of course, a couple of multiple winners in there. Alex Weller's in there a couple of times. Jimmy Watton's in there, of course. Deepak the Great has at least a couple as well. Shane O'Donnell just with the 1 bit as well. So we're going to nip back out of that then, shall we? Of course, and then show you the winner from the spinner. That's right, the winner from the spinner. Who is it going to be? All the names are in here. Let's spin that shit. And of course, who wins at the end? Well, the winner is getting themselves a bit of money. It will be Jimmy Watton again. He's won a couple of things. So well done, Jimmy. Jimmy. Fantastic Jimmy, of course. So he is, of course, in the mixer. Gets himself another bit of cash. Jim, I know you've already been in touch with me somewhere, somehow. You got to make sure, just wait till we've done them all and then come back to me and tell me how much I owe you. That's, of course, that. But what we're going to do now is, of course, put both Shane O'Donnell in here. I'm just going to put Shane and Deepak. Of course, and one of those two are going to win the other one. So here we go then. It's 50-50 chance. Spin that shit, DJ. This is, of course, the overall winner. We already know they both came 117 points. The winner of this one will be Deepak the Great. He will get himself a $10 gift card or a hog of his choice. I'm sure he'll go for the hog as well. That's, of course, that. Let's get cracking then, shall we? All right then, folks, let's take a little look, of course, at this coming season and remind ourselves at the clubs that will be here this campaign. Aberdeen are back, of course. Celtic, of course. Champions, Dundee United. We've got Hearts, Hibs under new management, of course. And we also got Kilmarnock have returned with Derek McInnes at the helms. Livingston, Motherwell, Rangers, of course, Ross County, St Johnstone and St Mirren. Those are the 12 clubs that make up this season's Scottish Premiership. Of course, who's going to come out on top at the end? We'll have to wait and see. Because right here, right now, we are just focusing on the week number 1. Now, before we get into week number 1, of course, and take a look at my picks. let me remind you of this year's Prediction League. Well, this year's Prediction League is something a little bit special. Of course, this year's Prediction League is, of course, being used by Super Brew. Of course, fantastic website, fantastic platform that is free of charge. So get involved with the Prediction League. It is a piece of piss. You just go here, of course, register for the league and, of course, put your predictions in. And guess what? It opens up a world of opportunities with regards to this league. Because previously, we've just done league points for the result. This time, you're going to get points for score lines, how close you are to the money and how far away you are and all that kind of jazz. So get involved. I'm showing you right here, right now, how to do it. It is simple as that. If it was difficult, we wouldn't even be here, right now. So go ahead, get registered for the Super League, Super Prediction League on Super Brew, and I'll see you, of course, week in, week out as we try to make some history here on, of course, the channel at Blackburn Overseas. All right then, folks, here we go with, of course, matchday number 1. That's right, exciting times for us over in Scotland. Of course, can Rangers get themselves back in the mix this time around up against Angie's boys, who are looking to make it back-to-back titles. It's looking quite tight. A bit of a difficult agenda on the cards, but of course, we're going to kick it off right here, right now at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. It will be Livingston up against Rangers coming at you on the 30th of July. That's this coming Saturday. David Martindale still remains at the helm, of course, over at Livingston, with Giovanni Van Bronckhorst remaining in charge for Rangers. These two sides have played each other 40 times since 2001. 3 wins for Livingston, 29 wins for Rangers, and we are 8 draws as well. Livingston, though, just 1 defeat at the past 6 games, 75% form for them, up against Rangers, of course, who have picked up just 2 defeats at the past 6 games, and 67% form for them as well. Moving forward now, of course, Rangers scoring 78 goals compared to Livingston's 19. They've got a biggest win of 4-0 for Rangers compared to Livingston's 1-0, which works out around about 0.47 goals game ratio for Livingston compared to the 1.95 goals game ratio for Rangers when they play Livingston. Last time around, though, over at Tony Macaroni Stadium, it was a 3-1 win for Rangers back in November 2021, of course, and Livingston pick up a 2-0 win over Celtic Hearts, of course, in the League Cup group stages, I think, and of course Rangers with a big 2-1 loss against Spurs, of course, back on the 23rd of July. But the odds on this one then, 7-1 is your Livingston, 5-2 is your Rangers here, 5-2 on, sorry, and 10-3 is your draw. I'm backing, of course, Rangers, as you would probably do. Going to go with the 2-0 win for them to kick it off with a bit of a Bobby Dazzler. Next up, we're going to have the returning Kilmarnock. That's right, Derek McInnes is back with, of course, Kilmarnock. Of course, took a bit of gamble taking on these boys up against a new gaffer over at Dundee United. James Ross, of course, former Hibs man, former Sunderland man, is here taking over at Dundee United. This game will take place at Rugby Park on the same day, 30th of July. 78 times they play each other, Kilmarnock and Dundee United. 27 wins for Kilmarnock, 26 wins for Dundee United, and we've got 25 draws, quite tight between these two sides. Of course, Kilmarnock, though, just 1 defeat the past 6, 83% form against a Dundee United side of 1-2, lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. That's 50% form for them. Over the course of the 25, over the course of the 78 games, Dundee United have scored 110 goals compared to Kilmarnock's 106. Works out about 1.41 goals game ratio compared to Kilmarnock's 1.36. However, Dundee do come to this on the back of, well, their biggest win, Dundee United over Kilmarnock, was a 5-1 win. Their biggest win the other way was a 4-0 win. But of course, last time played at Rugby Park was at way back in actually January 2022. It was in the Scottish Cup 4th round, and it was a big 2-1 win for Dundee United in extra time. So it did take a little bit of extra punch for Dundee United to get over the line. Speaking of Dundee United, they did pick up a 2-1 win over Ross County. That was the last match of the season. I'm not sure what's been going on since then in pre-season. However, Kilmarnock have been in action in the League Cup group stages, and of course beat Stenhouse Muir 4-1 in the end. The odds on this one then, shall we? Kilmarnock 11-8 for the victory, 23-10 short 2-1 is your Dundee. I think Kilmarnock are a dark horse here, of course, to go quite far. I'm going them with a win here, 1-0 win for them at home, and they're going to be a little bit of a make-weights in the middle of that pack there in that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. I think they could be right old contenders to maybe even upset the apple cart along the way. Moving forward, it'll be Hearts, of course. Hearts taking on Ross County over at Tynecastle. Now, these two sides have played each other 23 times since 2012. 8 wins for Hearts, 2 wins for Ross County, and 13 draws. Of course, Hearts, though, winning 3, losing 3 over the last 6. That's 50% form. Meanwhile, Ross County winning 4 on about 67% form for them as well. Now, over the course of those 23 matches, Hearts have picked up 33 goals compared to Ross County's 22. Works out around about 1.43 goals game ratio compared to the 0.96 scored by Ross County. Last time they played at Tynecastle was a 0-0 draw back in April 2022. In fact, 5 of the last 6 games between these two sides, both home and away, have ended up as draws, with, of course, the one and only win for Hearts in between all that was back in Boxing Day 2021. Hearts pick up a 2-1 win over Stoke. It was a friendly. Ross County with a big 7-0 win over East Fife. Has actually gone 3 games without conceding a goal. So they're really good and organised right here, right now. The odds on this one then, shall we? coming at you. Where are you? It's 2-1 on is your heart, 60-5 is your, and 5-1 is your long shots, which of course is Ross County. Of course, I'm back in hearts here. Comfortable win, 3-0 win in the end. Of course, the clean sheets go out the window. Moving forward, it's St Johnstone taking on our boys. That's right, Hibernian. That's right, Lee Johnston's bought lads against Callum Davidson. Of course, that's right. Played 52 times since 1997. 19 wins for St Johnstone, 18 wins for Hibs, and we got 15 draws as well. St Johnstone are winning 4 of the last 6, losing 2, 67% form for them. Up against Hibs also on 67% form as well. Of course, they've played each other 52 times. And on the course of those games, Hibs have scored 66 times compared to St Johnstone's 61, and the biggest win between the two sides, a 5-1 win for St Johnstone over Hibs, with of course them returning with a 4-0 win as well. Last time they played each other was in fact a 4-0 win for Hibs. That was at Easter Road. However, last time they played each other at McDermott Park was a 2-1 win for Hibs as well. Hibs are actually unbeaten against St Johnstone over the last 4, picking up 3 wins and 1 draw, and they come into this on the back of a big win over Norwich City, of course, back on the 24th of July. St Johnstone now picking up a 1-0 win over Ayr United in the League Cup group stages, of course, and the odds for this one then, we have Super Chase 2-1 for the victory, 7-5 is your away win, and 11-5 is your draw. I think it's going to be a draw here. Of course, St Johnstone will look to better last season's shit show, and of course, Hibs will like to get off to a bit of a winner with, of course, Lee Johnson at the helm. Into the final 2 now. We go to Sunday. That's right, Sunday the 31st of July. Of course, coming at you is St Mirren against Motherwell at St Mirren Park. Played each other 55 times since the year 2000. 15 wins for St Mirren, 21 wins for Motherwell, and 19 draws. Of course, St Mirren coming to this winning 4 and drawing, losing 2 of the last 6. That's 67% form. Up against the Motherwell side, who picked up 3 wins and 3 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Motherwell over St Mirren, 5-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-1 win. In fact, St Mirren scored 61 goals compared to Motherwell 76 over the course of those 55 games. Works out around about 1.38 goals a game ratio compared to the 1.11 goals scored by St Mirren. Last time finished over at St Mirren, there was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. And of course, Motherwell picking up a 4-2 win in the reverse fixture at Fir Park. Motherwell, though, of course, losing to Shargo Rovers. That was on the 21st of July. They'll be in action when, of course, this video drops. So there are a chance for them to rectify the odds there. St Mirren with a big 3-1 win over Edinburgh City in the League Cup group stages. The odds for this one, 6-4 for the victory for your hosts, 5-2 is your draw, and 70-10 is your Motherwell here. I'm going to back, of course, a win for St Mirren here. Motherwell are busy, preoccupied with Europe. And of course, they'll be a little bit distracted heading into this game. And then finally, wrapping up, a bit of a zinger, chicken dinner to kick it us all off. It's Celtic. It's Aberdeen, and it's at Celtic Park. It's the champions, that's right, of course. They've played Aberdeen 100 times since 1997. 18 wins for Celtic, 11 wins for Aberdeen, and 9 draws. Both sides coming to us unbeaten over the last 6. Celtic, though, with 75% form. Aberdeen, though, with 92% form. Aberdeen look very, very good. Of course, however, Celtic have scored 248 goals compared to Aberdeen's 80 over the course of those 100 games. And, of course, have recorded a big win of 9-0 once in a while. Big win for Aberdeen over Celtic, 4-2 win. Of course, the goals scored for both sides works out around about 2.48 goals a game for Celtic compared to the 0.80 goals a game for Aberdeen. Last time they played at Celtic Park was just a 2-1 win for Celtic. That was back in November 2021. Celtic picking up a 2-0 win over Norwich. Last round, Aberdeen with a big 3-0 win over Wraith Rovers. And that's back in the 24th of July. The odds on this one then, 10-3 is your Celtic, 92 is your bloody draw, and 8-1 is your long shots. That's Aberdeen. That's right, 3-1 win for me. That's the champions. And of course, that will, of course, flex their muscles early doors to set themselves up right in the thick of things at the top of the table. I have Rangers top of the tarts, of course, Hearts, of course, with Celtic in the mixer as well. That's, of course, my picks. Don't forget your picks, of course, with, of course, the Super Brew. Make sure you get involved. It's free to enter. Good bit of fun and way easy than you'd imagine. That's, of course, my reactions and predictions right there. What about the channel, of course? Usually, hopefully, typically, Dion will be here, of course, covering the Scottish Premiership League. I wanted to do Matchday number 1 anyway on my own, so hopefully he is actually a little bit under the weather, so hopefully he'll bounce back. So Dion will return for match number 2, hopefully, and it will ease up the burden on myself, because I'm a busy old bee these days. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Please make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell, boys, because we're back for some more action next week right here at Blackburn Overseas.